Hello, people of the internet. My name is Matthew, but you can call me Matt Ninja. Today, I am going to make a video about my cabin here that I built by hand a few months ago. It only took me 16 days to build, but it was definitely one of the hardest 16 days of my life. I built it with just a saw, a shovel, and some rope. And I cut all the trees myself. And I got all the moss on it and everything all by myself. Basically, today I'm going to be showing my house. So, first I'm going to show the outside of my house. Ignore the tarp. That was a failed attempt at further waterproofing the ceiling. But this year I got all those other things on there kind of to help also keep water out. But I've got, basically the way I built it was I had 6 posts total, 3 on each side. So I got 1 post here, 1 post right here. I got another one on this edge right here, and the same thing on the other side. And I basically just set up logs. Now these logs I didn't cut to where they like fit into each other. I didn't like cut this area here to where like on the corners it would fit into the other logs, like over here. See right here, there's like, they're not cut to where it would just like lay inside of it. So there's gaps in between it. I basically filled those gaps with moss to keep it nice and sealed and warm inside. This cabin's not even technically fully done. I mean, I finished like the house itself in only 16 days. But I'm adding further upgrades to it, and I'll show you that in a bit. Here's the back side of it. And, yeah. So, this tarp here, I'm planning on eventually fixing this tarp and having a second tarp that kind of like go over the top of the house. And then in here, I got my ladder that I made too. But in here we have, here's the log floor that's not fully done. It's about 1/3 done. But I'm planning on having the whole floor logs like right here. The rest of the floor is just dirt. And now it's getting all framey because I'm in a dark place. But I got a loft right here. Loft that used to be able to lay in, but it's not stable anymore. I got my makeshift broom right here, and eventually I'm planning on building an actual door. I kind of have a door right now because it's laying there on the ground, but it's basically just a blockade for the front. But I'm gonna eventually build like a stick door that will actually be like attached right here and everything to where it actually opens and closes. And I'm going to have a log floor, maybe a bed over in like this corner. And a chair or something over in this corner here. Yeah. And then I have some other stuff that I have up here. Like, I got this right here, which is my sword. It's a real sword. I found the blade just randomly in the woods. And it was originally dull, but I sharpened it and attached it to this handle right here. It is pretty sharp. I'm gonna lay that right there. And then right here, I have a spear that I made as well. The tip is made of metal. I made the tip basically entirely myself. It used to be part of like a light post, like one of those lights that charged from the sun and you can stick in the ground. That's what this used to be. This be the part that you'd stick in the ground. I basically just sharpened it into a spear tip. And I got, right here I got, let me get them in the light. Right here I got my axe that I used to cut a lot of the logs for the floor right here. I used my axe. This axe also, I found this blade right in the same area I found the blade for the sword right there. I basically just made the handle and attached the blade to the handle. And this axe is extremely sharp. That's how I'm able to cut all these big logs. And then I got, oh, let me set this on the ground. And I got this right here. This is my saw that I used for the majority in my house besides the floor, which I used my axe for. And then I've got my shovel, which I use to dig into the ground where these posts are. I dug about 2 feet down for each of them and then put the posts in. These posts, well, that's a broom, but these posts, like right there, they're all dug into the ground about 2 feet. And that's what keeps this house up. And yeah, I'm eventually planning to make this house nice and really insulated. As you can see here, there's plenty of holes in the moss and stuff where sunlight comes through. And I want to turn this place nice and warm. Maybe even have like a fireplace that kind of sticks out right through here, using clay to like make the chimney that will come out of the side of the wall. So that way my house doesn't burn down. Here's my cat. Let me put my axe back up. And so yeah, that's pretty much my house. On the outside here, I have a couple rugs. There's another one underneath that one. That are also gotta go on the floor when I'm done the log floor. I got this right here, which was like a temporary wooden floor. It's just like a wooden plank that I got from our family house. And same as those, this is 2 planks I put together. 2 wood boards. Ignore the dumb ruined smiley face. This is 2 floors that I put together to make a temporary door. And this right here is a ladder. It's pretty simple, just rope tied sticks together. And so yeah, this house isn't very large, but definitely was a lot of work. I worked for about 16 days on it, for about 5 hours a day, until I finished like the basic house. Then I built the door, and just recently I started building the floor. And hopefully the floor will be done soon. I could do a video about me building the floor, like show me cutting down the trees and setting them in the floor and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm gonna cut here and probably talk about something else a little bit. So I have built plenty of structures like this in the past, just never any that were this good. I built like, you know, like just like these basic teepees and other things, you know, basic survival shelters. Because I do like a lot of like primitive building and other stuff like that. And I built this house just because I wanted a house that was like away from our family's house. Because I have a lot of siblings. And I live out here in just the Appalachian Mountains, just out here in the country, far away from any city. And so I kind of wanted a house that was like away from my family's house. And so I built this thing. There is a deer skull up on the top right up there. But that's that deer skull I just randomly found in the woods. The way I get the moss is, well, you know, so a lot of this moss just comes from the rocks around here. That's my cat's running. A lot of the moss just comes from these rocks that will just have moss on them all throughout here. And that's kind of where I just get the moss. I just peel it off the rocks and I set it in between the logs. And yeah, that's pretty much how I get the moss in there. The hardest part of building it was probably getting all the wood. Like the moss is the easy part. It's just getting all the wood to build the frame. Because it's a lot of wood. It's a lot of wood for it. That took a lot of wood to build. Like, I probably had to cut down. Well, I'm not cutting down giant trees because, well, I only have a saw and an axe. It's kind of hard to do. But the biggest ones I'm cutting down are maybe like 30 feet tall. And you have to cut down a lot. But this house is probably at least 40 trees. And I'm going to make a video probably on me building the door and the floor. You know, finishing the floor. And make a video about me building the door. I'm going to do other videos, of course. Like, I am a bodybuilder. I'm an amateur bodybuilder, you could say. And I'm going to do videos about that, of course. And I'm going to probably do a bunch of different challenges and other things and upload it here to YouTube. But anyways, that'll do it for this video. Goodbye.